Hi, guys. It's Charity Johnson here, and I'm just here to talk to you about how you're doing. I want to know how you are, how you're managing this time. A lot of people are having a hard time with it, to be honest, and it's no laughing matter. Um, it's hard because we're distant. I'm saying the obvious here, but I just want to say that everybody manages times like this where we're isolated, we're distant, we're in solitude. We all manage it in our own way. And some people have had more practice about it with this than others, like me. I've had, just by way of my circumstances, I've had several occasions where I've been the non-working spouse overseas. My husband, on the other hand, he's a different person, A, and B, he's always worked when he's been overseas and has had a level of engagement and activity. This non-engagement is very difficult for us. The second part of this is it's a health crisis. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It's many levels, it's a crisis, but you've heard about that, so I don't need to talk about that. What I do want to talk about is, what do we do as people who are unarmed, unprepared when we get to a crisis? Well, I've heard it said that a crisis is a crossroads, which is a very interesting way of thinking about it. If you can look at this crisis and not get or stay so panicked that you freeze up, but you can look at the crisis or the crossroads and think, okay, what way can I choose to go once I get beyond this crossroads? If you can start to think about it and then act upon it, you'll be in a much better place later on. We all know that we're not going to be the same after this crisis. This is not just Lent and Easter as it was. It will be different after 2020. We don't know what's ahead. I don't know what's ahead, but I can tell you that I know who the Lord of life is. And I can tell you that one thing I've learned is that I can choose to pray in a crisis. And that's not the only time I pray, obviously, but praying in a crisis, it kind of has stimulated my brain. So I pray differently. And I would encourage you to pray differently. Pray for things you never think about praying for. Pray for people you never think about praying for. Pray for yourself. No one is a natural prayer, so don't feel like, I'm so far behind the 8 ball, I'll never get ahead. Try it. Just try it. Prayer is powerful. It's like yeast. It's unseen, but it's very powerful when it rises. Let prayer become the great influencer in your life. If prayer is your influencer, it'll help you with this crossroads time. So you could ask for things like spiritual sensitivity, even though you might not feel strong. Most of the time in my life, I'm not, strong or spiritually sensitive. But I think about my gas stove. There's kind of an analogy there. My gas stove has a burner, but it faces the west. And when the sun comes in, and if the gas burner is on, no matter how high or how low that gas is, with that sunbeam on it, I can't see it. I have to check the knobs to see if the gas is on. So in an analogous way, when I pray, I don't feel my spiritual weakness and ineptitude. I just feel Christ's completeness. So do yourself a favor now. Pray for your enemies. Pray for yourself. Pray for the church, of course. Pray for the local people. Pray for the global people. Prayer changes things, as you know, because it changes us. Changes our priorities, our sensitivities. It changes how we tune into things. It changes what we feel is important in life. Well, with that in mind, I'm going to close this devotional, and I'm going to read from a translation or version that I don't normally use, which is the New Living One. I'm going to read Psalm 63. You're probably familiar with this. Psalm 63. Oh Lord, you are my Lord. Let me start that again. Oh God, you are my God. I earnestly search for you. My soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you in this parched and weary land where there is no water. I have seen you in your sanctuary and gazed upon your power and glory. Your unfailing love is better than life. Oh, how I praise you. I will praise you as long as I live, lifting up my hands to you in prayer. You satisfy me more than the richest feast. I will praise you with songs of joy. I lie awake thinking of you, meditating on you through the night. Because you are my helper, I sing for joy in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your strong right hand holds me securely. Amen, and God bless.